Hi, welcome everyone on this live video. Thank you for joining us today. So, before we start, let me introduce. My name is Sumit. I'm one of the volunteer for Art of Living Foundation, and by profession, I'm a property investor, author, mentor, international speaker. Uh, in case if you've not heard about Art of Living is one of the largest educational and humanitarian organizations that exist in over 100 and just a minute. So that's like So that exists in over 156 countries and mainly run by the volunteers like myself. And the founder of Art of Living Foundation, Sri Ravi Shankar, eh, he, his vision is to create a violence-free and stress-free society. I'm just here sharing what I've learned from him. So let's begin. Let me start with a small story. There was a guy who was once passing the river. And then he came to this boatman and he asked the boatman, could you take me to the other side of the river and I'll pay you $100. The boatman agreed. Okay, both went, and then they went further. And then while they were going through the boat, uh, the professor asked the boatman. The professors asked boatman, do you know anything about physics? How the various things works in our day-to-day life? The boatman was very much puzzled, and then he said, no, professor, I don't know much. So the professor said, so your 25% of your life is gone to waste. Then they started further, and then they were traveling as they were rowing the boat, and then further down, professor asked another question. He said, boatman, do you know anything about finance or mutual fund, share market? How do they work? Boatman again got confused and he said, no, professor, I don't know anything about finance. So professor said, that means your another 25% of life gone to waste. Then they keep uh, going further up. And then after a while, again, professor asked another question. And then he says, Boatman, do you know anything about statistics? How does number works in day-to-day life? The boatman again simply answered, no, professor, I don't know. Then the professor said, that means if you don't know anything about all of this thing, 75% of your life gone to waste. The boatman remained quiet and he kept going further. And then after a while, then now the boatman asked a question back to the professor. He said, Professor, do you know swimming? Professor said, no. Why are you asking me? He said, you know what? There is a hole in this boat. And if you don't know about swimming, then 100% of your life gone wasted. So the moral of the story here is basically regardless of how much we've learned in our professional life, whether about finance, physics, statistics, money, and all, if we haven't learned the soft skills around our life, then we have not really done enough. And all those knowledge is really worthless without the soft skills. So let us understand, there are few tendencies of our mind. Let us understand how this mind functions. So the one of the tendency of this mind is it either agrees or disagrees. Like, so whatever I'm saying now, you probably will be agreeing to it, or you say, okay, that makes sense, but that part I don't know, or maybe I have heard before. So some part it might agree, some part it disagrees, but that's tendency. Every human mind have the same tendencies. And the another one is it vacillate between the past and future. So let's say for example, if I say just keep your eyes closed and observe, are you thinking about any of the event that happened in past, or you're thinking something about future, that what you're going to do after this session or tomorrow? You may open your eyes. So were you thinking about past or future? Normally the answer would be like either you may be thinking about the past or future, unless you've learned to be in present moment. Now what happens is, like, when we think about the past, what type of emotions that comes? You get like anger, regret, right? And in fact, in the anger emotions, you will feel like our body, like eyes, ears, nose gets red, so temperature goes high. And when we think about future, what are the emotions that we come across? Fear and anxiety, right? I mean, fear is something like, say, for example, if you're prepared for your exam or you're prepared for your interview, and just before you are hit to give your interview, let's say before you enter into the interview room, or if you prepare for a presentation and you are just hitting the stage, and then all of a sudden your hands and the leg gets cold, right? So imagine like if our body is like a slice of a pizza, and then imagine if you put a slice of pizza in past, which is, let's say, in a heated position, which is, let's say, microwave, and then you take it out and then put it in freezer, which is a future, like where we get temperature gets cold. So you basically take the pizza slice back again into the microwave, then put it back into the freezer, then again microwave, fridge, freezer. If you do this process few times, what will happen to the slice of the pizza? It will get wasted, right? That's what happens to our body. If we constantly keep thinking about past and future, then we are really making our body damaged. Or that's why you may see, many people start looking elder before even their age. Now, another tendency of the mind is, you know, it's clings onto the negative. So, for example, if I give 10 compliments to you, or let's say I give a 10 compliments to somebody, and now I give one negative comment there, what's the more likely your mind will think about after our conversation? Perhaps you will be only thinking about that negative. Oh, why he did not like that? But you will forget about those 10 positive compliments, isn't it? And that's a tendency of a mind. It clings on to the negative. And another tendency of a mind is it doubts the positive. So let's say, for example, if somebody says to you, I love you, then you say, oh, really? But if somebody says, I hate you, then you will say, oh, you will not probably doubt on that. Oh, yes, you said you hate me, so you hate me. But these are the tendency of our mind. Like the quality of our life is determined by the state of our mind. And how do we handle our mind? Nobody teaches us, right? We need to learn these skills. These are the skills we've never learned in a school or college, or nor at home. But these are very important skills in a life set. Everyone said, okay, don't get angry, but then they don't say, okay, but how? Right? Now, you know, you may have noticed there are days in our life when we feel so much happy, enthusiastic, creative, productive, bubbly, jumping like so light as a balloon in the air. Yet there are times in our life when we feel, bit heaviness or a bit stress, sadness, as if that balloon has just got crushed. Why does that happen? Have you noticed that? Just think about it for a minute. See, why there are few days in our life when you feel happy, joyful, enjoying, whereas few days on the other end side where everything pretty much is same, but still we are not really feeling as good as in other days. If you notice this closely, it's nothing but the rise and fall of energy level in our body. When the energy level in our body is high, we feel joyful, enthusiastic, creative, productive. All the positive qualities comes to us when the energy level is high. When the energy level is down, we feel depressed, sad, stress, and all. I mean, you will not find that you are in high energy and then you're feeling stressed. No. If you have a high energy, then you won't feel stressed. Like, if you look at it, like, what's a simple definition of stress? If we look at it, stress is simply when the demand is higher than the capacity to deliver the demand. So when you feel you have too much to do with less time or less energy, you feel stressed out, isn't it? So wouldn't it be good if we have a tool that can increase our energy level, especially when it's low? I'll tell you, I come across with this technique called Sudarshan Kriya. I'll discuss more about it little later. That technique helps you to increase your energy level, especially when it's low, even at your own will. Now, let us first understand what are the sources of energy. How is that our body get energized? You can use this chat box. You can put your comments in the chat box, so I can see them here. And also, if you have any questions, you can also put them here in the chat box as well. So let me say. So the number one is the food, isn't it? Like when we, if we do not eat food, we won't feel energized, right? But again, at the same time, it has to be the right quantity of food and quality of food. So not every food will give you energy, right? And at the same time, if you will eat too much, it doesn't mean that it will give you too much energy. On the contrary, it will give you a negative impact. So it has to be the right amount of food and right quality of food that you need to eat. Of course, I can even go on and on type of food that you should eat and all. But we will go more in detail. There is 3 days of workshop that we run, and we can mention more about it in those workshops. Now, the second source of energy is our sleep, isn't it? So when we sleep, we feel energized, right? If we do not sleep, we will feel restless. And what happens when, on the weekend, we sleep 15 hours or more? You feel more energized? No, right? On the contrary, you feel lethargy, laziness. So that is, I think I'm just getting some message says voice is low. So I think I would suggest if you can also use the mic speaker, increase your volume of your outlet. I will also try best to speak a little faster. Hopefully, then it will be a little louder. Let's see. Yeah. So the second thing that we discuss about is the sleep. Sleep gives our body energy, but it has to be the right amount of sleep and the quality of sleep. Yes. So that again more we discuss in a workshop, but then here I'm just touching base the main points that gives some energy to our body. What else gives energy to our body? A calm meditative mind, isn't it? Like, have you noticed, like when you are so much involved in some particular sports or yoga or listening to a music or singing, whichever way you feel that mind gets calm and settled, or in the harmony with that position, that's it's called a meditative state. And that's again energizes our body. And now, the fourth one is basically very important, yet is very less recognized, and it's right under our nose. It's our breath. If I ask you what is the first act of our life, what is that a human do before they come to this universe? They breathe in, isn't it? Like, and after a child as it's born breathes in first, and then again whatever crying and all that happens is after that. And what's going to be the last action of our life? We'll breathe out, isn't it? So the whole life is between this breathe in and breathe out. Yet we hardly give any importance to this breath, isn't it? Unless we're really struggling in breathing in, and especially or we are going for yoga or exercise, then we realize that we are breathing. Otherwise, we just take our breath for granted. We hardly notice that we are breathing, isn't it? But of course, constantly we are breathing in and out. Now, there are research that shows that you know more than 80% of the toxins get released through the breath. You can even do Google search and find more about it. And also the research shows that average human being hardly use one third of their lung capacity, which means there is much more potential that a human have, but they are not aware how they can really use it. Like the research that shows every emotions that comes to us have a corresponding rhythmic breathing pattern. So let's say when we have an anger emotion, how is a breathing pattern? It's fast, isn't it? Fast, rapid. And how is the breathing pattern when we are sad or depressed? Like you may have seen people in hospital literally doing like, hmm. The outgoing breath is longer than the incoming breath. And how is the breathing pattern when we are happy? I mean, we hardly notice that, right? Whether we notice or not, every emotions that comes changes our breathing pattern. So now, between these emotions and the breathing pattern, we can't really go inside the mind and instruct the mind to do something. If we do that, then again, mind will do that thing even more for sure. So the way to win against the mind is using your breath. So if we reverse the pattern by changing your rhythmic breathing pattern, we can control that emotion to a certain extent. Now, you may have seen people, when we get angry, some people say, oh, take long deep breath in and out, or count 1 to 10. And then you see in few seconds, you can control that anger emotion to a certain extent just by taking some long deep breath in and out, isn't it? Now, that's enough of those talking. Would you like to experience something then, any breathing exercise, right? And see how it works. Yep. So I'll take you through a couple of them. So let's do a very simple one to start with. The first one is we do a straw breath. It's like imagine as if you have a straw, you're blowing air inside a straw. So let's take a normal breath in and out first. And now what we'll do is we'll blow the air as if we are blowing the air through a straw. Continue, keep doing that. Breathe in and breathe out. About 8 to 10 breath. Continue. Keep doing more straw breath. And relax. Did you notice anything? Little change, right? Inside. But let's go and do something else as well. So now what we'll do is we'll do some breathing technique called Vastrika. So we'll keep our loose fist by the side of our shoulders relaxed, chin straight, a nice gentle smile on your face. Yeah. So let's first take a normal deep breath in and we breathe out. So as we breathe in, we're going to raise our hands up. Maybe in the screen, I may not be able to so much. So we go up and hands completely open up. And as we breathe out, fist comes down. And then it might touch your rib cage like this. So up, palms open up, and then we go down. And it's not like a gym exercise. So you're just doing it with the force of gravity. Just let it go down. Yeah. So I'll show you one demonstration first. So as we breathe in, so all we're doing is breathe in, hands goes up, palms open up, and breathe out with forceful breath. With the force of gravity, just drop your hands down, make a fist back, loose fist by the side of your shoulders. So what we are going to do is we'll do three cycle like that. So around 15-20 repetition in each cycles. So we'll do like first round and then we relax. And the way we relax our body is by taking the palms resting on the knees, facing upward like this. And then we do another round, we'll do like the same, and then we do third final round, and then we rest. And we'll keep our eyes closed throughout this process. So let's begin. Loose fist by the side of your shoulders relaxed, chin straight, a nice gentle smile on your face. Let us take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Now let's begin together with full enthusiasm. Breathe in, out, 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 and relax, keeping your eyes closed, palms resting on your knees, facing upward. Observe your breath and any sensations in your body. Let us get ready for second round of Bhastrika. Loose fist by the side of your shoulders, shoulders relaxed, chin straight, a nice gentle smile on your face. Let's take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Together, breathe in, out, 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 and relax. Keeping your eyes closed, palms resting on the knees, facing upward. Observe your breath and any sensations in your body. And let us get ready for third and final round of Bhastrika. Loose fist by the side of your shoulders. Shoulders relaxed, chin straight, a nice gentle smile on your face. Let's take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Together, breathe in, out, 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 in, out. Keeping your eyes closed, palms resting on the knees, facing upward. Observe your breath and any sensations in your body. slowly become aware of your body and surrounding. And very, very slowly at your own speed, when you feel complete, you may open your eyes. Was it good? Great. You see, just in few minutes, this shift in our mind and how we feel, isn't it? Now, what we are going to do is we're going to do a meditation. So, maybe some of you may have done the meditation before, or some of you may be first time doing the meditation. Both ways is okay. All we are doing is a complete guided meditation. So, you don't have to really think about too much. We'll be just uh, giving instruction. You need to just follow those instructions. So, let's say if and let's say if I say think about an apple, you simply think about an apple. Do not just go more in details. Which color apple, green apple, pink apple, red apple. I mean, just simply whatever thought comes first, you just let it come effortlessly and follow the instruction. Now, there are three main golden rules or principle we say for meditation, uh, and this thing we keep in our mind so that we can have a better effect of meditation. So, number one is I am nothing. So, at least for the time being, while we are doing this meditation for whatever 15-20 minutes, we just keep that in my mind. I'm nothing. It's like, when we sleep, what we do, we drop our identity, right? There is no difference in a rich person sleep or a poor person sleep or an adult person sleep or a child sleep, yeah? Because we don't remember the identity while we're sleeping. So, same way, while we're doing this meditation, we drop our identity, which means I'm nothing. Just think that I'm nothing. Second, I want nothing. So let's drop our desires, at least for the time being, for whatever time we're doing this meditation. Third, I do nothing. So let's drop any doership as well. Yeah. So with that three thing in mind, we'll completely sit effortlessly, comfortably with our eyes closed, palms resting on the knees, facing upward. I'll be guiding through, so I'll give instruction. You simply follow those breathe in, breathe out, and all the focus part. I'll be playing a soft music at the background as well. So let us sit comfortably and easily with the spine erect and body relaxed. Eyes closed. Let us take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Listen to any noises around you. Watch and listen carefully for any noises around you. Accept all the noises. Be in harmony with your environment right this moment. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Become aware of your body. Your body is a beautiful gift given to you by God, by nature. Honor and respect your body. Become aware of your feet, your legs, genitals, abdomen, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your face, the whole body. Relax your whole body. Take a deep breath in and let go. Become aware of your thoughts, whether good thoughts or bad thoughts. Let them be. Do not resist any thoughts. Let them come. Now you are in harmony with your thoughts right this moment. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your feelings, whether good feeling or bad feeling. Let them be. Just observe them. You are in harmony with your feelings. Right this moment. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. You are peace. You are joy. Love is your very nature. Become aware of your feelings if there are any. Become aware of your thoughts if there are any. Become aware of the sensations in your body. Become aware of your environment and surrounding. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Very slowly and gradually, at your own speed, you may open your eyes. Welcome back. So, how was it? Good? So what we have just done is just a small glimpse of what you experience in those 3 days of workshop. Because in order to go more deeper in a cleansing process, we need to spend more time with you. And that's why we designed this 3 days of workshop, which is called Happiness Program. Now, you remember I discussed about Sudarshan Kriya that I'll discuss later on. So, Sudarshan Kriya is a Sanskrit word. Su is a proper, darshan is a vision, kriya is a purifying action. So, through the process of taking rhythmic breath, we come to know who we really are. We get that to see the true vision. And in that 3 days of workshop, we go more in details with various other tools, breathing technique. I mean, one of them you just seen today, likewise some more. You will also go through more different meditation practice there and also some life useful tools. Like when I come across with this program more than 18 years back, almost 2 decades, Prior to that, I was like a person who used to get, you know, very quickly stressed out, or even for a small thing, I used to get angry. And then after doing this practice, because those practices change something inside, the way to look a life, the perception has completely changed ever since. It's like a two life. The life before this program was different, then the life after this program is different. And after that was completely, life changing. Like anything that I was doing was much more productive, creative. That's why I mentioned those many businesses. Even I've written half a dozens of books and everything. So behind all of this, that practice has really played a vital role. That has always helped me in any time, whether it's up or down, whatever time we have in our life. I've managed to handle every situation much better than what I would have done otherwise. So, like since I mentioned, I normally advise people as the best place to invest is in property because that's my main core skill. But before even that, I if somebody asks me, like what was the best investment you have ever done, then my answer, what would be it would be that the money that I invested in that 3 days of program. I mean, although it wasn't much, like it was very small amount, but still that has paid me way more than what I've invested there. By the way, of course, as I mentioned, since I'm a volunteer teacher of art of living, I don't get any payment, or I don't get any commission out of it. I'll leave the link below in the description so you can later on visit this video, and then you can pick up that link. And by the way, you can also freely, as I mentioned, I have nothing to do or nothing to make out of it. You can simply go on artofliving.org and find out the program that you may be interested. This one is called Happiness Program, or you can join those 3 days of online breath meditation and breath work. So of course you will find a link for you know easy reference. Now, of course, since I'm here, if you have any questions, you can ask me. And this is really something I say that a best gift to humankind. Like imagine in today's day, if we have a computer system, can we run it with the old operating system that we used to have 20 years back? Certainly not, right? Same way in our life, this tools, this you know the skill set is very important. That can really, whatever you do in your life, we're not saying you will change every whatever you're doing. You will still do the thing, but you will do much better, much efficiently, because you've seen, like, when you have really a right quality of mind, that will decide the quality of life you live in. And the best decision, they say that the best decision we always take is when we are centered, when we are in a inner peace, when we are not in stress. Have you ever noticed the decision that you've taken in stress or in anger? How were those decisions? Were they ever right? No, right? So you can only take the right decision when you are yourself in a right position. Your mind is centered. You are in peace. That's when you can really take the right decision in whatever you do in your life. So the dates for the next program is 17th of July, 18th of July, and 19th of July. So these are like 3 days of program. On the weekdays, it's designed in such a way that starts after work 6:30 p.m. to 9, and then the weekend, Saturday, Sunday is 10:30 to 1 p.m. So most of the cases you don't really have to take a day off. But even if you have to take a day off, I'll highly recommend that you take a day off, because if you can't really gift yourself those 9 hours, for this workshop, then really you're missing out a lot in your life. So I will really suggest you go through that. I mean, later on, look at the email link, and we'll look into the further information. And if you have any questions, I'll wait for another couple of minutes. You can ask me any questions that you are not clear, or if you need any help about the course or about the technique that we learn. And of course, you remember we learned this bus trigger technique. You can use that anytime. Whenever you feel a bit low, you just do few rounds and repetitions of those, and then you really feel that a centeredness that will come back. Yeah, so I'll leave this open for another couple of minutes for any questions to come. I can see some good comments. Thanks, excellent. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, sure. We'll also try on Zoom as well next time. We wanted to basically give everyone an opportunity to see this, because some people were saying that Zoom is not that they love to see, but uh, everyone has a difference. Of course, we leave it everywhere, so you can also join us on Zoom next time. We keep it also sometime on YouTube channel as well. You can subscribe to our channel as well, so that you can always get updates whenever the new video or the live stream like this will come up. So you will be the first one to get notified. Yeah. Yes, so there's a question, will the YouTube live save for? Yes. So this YouTube live, I'll leave it save for you. I'll leave it on the YouTube channel so you can come and rewatch. So whenever you really feel like, experiencing this meditation again or anything, you can just simply come back and then rewatch this one. Thanks, Andrea. I've heard that you subscribe. Thank you so much. We'll keep seeing you again. So fair enough. So then that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining us. And I hope you would have enjoyed this session. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care. And I love you all. Bye for now.